In this class, we are going to learn about the concept of deadlocks in Oracle SQL. When a transaction runs many updates, you need to take care of the deadlocks. What it means is, if two or more people try to change the same rows at the same time. In the previous class, when discussing the transaction, we had gone through the concept of what is transaction, what will cause the transaction to block if two or more people are working on the records, unless one person commits the changes. Now you can get into a deadlock situation. This is where the sessions form a circle, each waiting for the other. A person has been updating that bricks table, like to update the quantity of blue cubes from 0 to 10 and green cubes from 10 to 0. Then both the persons will be trying to wait to get the sessions back. Unless they commit the changes, nothing will go off. Here is the deadlock will be created. So we will explain the concept by considering the following example. In the example below, both the transactions start by updating different rows. If you see over here, one is updating the bricks table where the color is red, another is trying to update the bricks table where the color is blue. So the first session has locked the rows with color red and the second has locked the rows with the blue color. The first session then tries to update rows storing the blue color. It is executing this one, update bricks where the color is blue, but blue is already locked by second transaction over here. So it is blocked and waiting for the transaction 2 to complete. But the transaction 2, instead of committing or rolling back, tries to update the rows storing red. Now this transaction 2 person, what it is doing is, they are trying to update the color red records with some value, that is unit weight they are increasing to 13. But the transaction 1 has these rows locked, so it's stuck. Now it's like a deadlock. One transaction is waiting for the other to complete. At this point, both the sessions are waiting for the other in order to release the rock. When the deadlock happens, Oracle database will detect it and database will then stop one of the statements. Either one will be stopped and one person will get this error. So you can simulate a deadlock in one session with autonomous transactions. This start a transaction within a transaction. So the following code, that is this one, this will try to create a deadlock for you if you run. The parent transaction will try to update the bricks table, that is all the records in the table, blocking other changes to those rows. But the autonomous block over here, that is having the declare and the begin statement, within that we are having one more update statement, which it is trying to update again the bricks table and running this commit. Now this is impossible. That is, for the parent transaction to continue, the child autonomous transaction must complete, but the update in the parent blocks the update in the child. So the database identifies this as a deadlock, then it stops the second update, though one person will get this error. So if we try to run this, you will get the error. Let me run this statement over here. Let me try to execute this block. If you see, we are getting this error, that is deadlock detected. Now this is what it says. Note that the update will lock the whole row. That is update statement. If you execute it within a session, unless you commit or roll back, it will lock the whole row. Even though the two updates set the different column, the second is still blocked, making it to deadlock. Deadlocks are caused by the errors in your code. In order to avoid them, you must change your code involving the transactions.